first thing we're going to focus on is the big breaking news in the Premier League, and that is the plan for the festive period. We've had a statement from the Premier League after a meeting of all 20 clubs to discuss the recent COVID-19 outbreaks, the protocols, the postponements, what next. And the statement has revealed that all 20 clubs have decided to keep playing on wherever's possible. There'll be no break, no circuit breaker. And they're going to follow these emergency protocols, the rules, of course, so that you need 14 fit players to play a game. And they're going to handle any more postponement requests on a case-by-case basis from each club around each game. So, of course, we know the Omicron variant is spreading rapidly in the UK. There's record numbers there every single day. So there's more government restrictions on fans entering the stadiums. They have to be fully vaccinated or have negative tests. So everything's tightening up, and there's some other things to keep an eye on as well. The FA Cup, there'll be no replays in the third and fourth rounds early in January to help with some fixture congestion. There's talk of the League Cup semi-finals only having one leg. So they're being very flexible, the authorities in England. But what we know right now is that the Premier League has said we are going to go on. The message was keep calm and carry on. That was what was being said. And yeah, some of the statement is really interesting because the Premier League does obviously admit that there's been plenty of challenges, but it's the league's collective intention to continue the current fixture schedule where safely possible. So to bring in you two guys here, Nick, what do you think about this decision? There was talk about maybe some games or match weeks being taken out of the schedule and left to later in the season. But for right now, things will stay as they are. Do you agree with that?
Oh boy, yeah, I do. I think that the challenge here is are the players and the staffs and the coaches and the clubs themselves, the people inside the clubs, are they following the same rules and guidance that we've been told to follow for a couple of years? And I honestly believe the onus is on them. The product, if you will, has taken a step to a point where the reason it's so big and so popular and so global is because they've followed this in the past. And you can argue that just as when the Premier League and the Bundesliga came back for Project Restart, that the fact that they did it so responsibly put them front and center and gave them a positive reputation. So I think trusting the same decisions and decision makers that got them there is the right move for now. And of course, we all know that if things take some sort of major downturn, fine, you adjust as it goes. But as for the time being, I think you roll with the punches, so to speak, and just make sure you're telling everybody to be as healthy and careful as possible.
Yeah, great point there about the protocols, because the emergency protocols that were in place during Project Restart, they're back in the Premier League right now around club testing and wearing masks and all of the other restrictions that worked really well during the early stage of the pandemic. They're back just to help safeguard the coaching staff, the players, and everyone else around the clubs now, because the stadiums are still full. There's more risks, you would say, for obviously outbreaks to take place. But as of right now, outbreaks have happened at certain clubs. They managed to contain a lot of those, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a short-term situation and things will improve over the coming weeks. Andy, what's your takeaway on this situation? Because it's very difficult to weigh up all 20 clubs, right? What's best, because at certain clubs the situation is worse than others, but it seems like at the moment this is the correct way to go.
And it's such terrible timing, too, as well. When you've got the busiest part of the season, you've got the busiest part of life as well. People are traveling, people are getting together for the holidays. And so now that we've got multiple variants of COVID that are out there that are more easily transmissible, you add all those things together and you get this kind of explosion. It's seemingly out of nowhere over the last couple of weeks, where so many players have tested positive and a number of games have had to be postponed already. It's probably going to continue for a bit longer until we get out of this holiday period. But I think that there isn't really another great option, because if you shut down, you're extending the season into the summer. Well, the next season is already going to start sooner because of the World Cup being next winter. So you're up against time a little bit with regards to having a pause or a shutdown of any kind this season. And so the only thing that you really, really hope is that it doesn't directly affect or change or alter or decide possibly even the title race this season. And we've already seen a little bit of impact on that, with Chelsea having some players out and unavailable, key players, the attacking trio of Lukaku, Werner, and Havertz being unavailable. They've had some poor results of late. Manchester City continue to cruise right along. They've been largely healthy. Liverpool largely healthy as well until the last couple of days. And so there's a lot of factors at play right now all at once. And that's what makes it so difficult. And for the Premier League to come to actually a consensus agreement from all 20 clubs, I think is actually pretty impressive, that there was nobody, on the other side demanding that we do this. So it just kind of is what it is right now at this point, and it's not enjoyable for everybody to have to deal with all of these things, and we're all tired of it at this point after almost 2 years, but it's a situation that we are in.
Absolutely. So we'll keep you updated on Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com, all the latest Premier League news, schedule changes, postponements that hopefully there aren't any more to report on, but it seems like the situation is very fluid. But as of right now, the Premier League has released a statement saying that the league and the clubs and all its stakeholders have agreed to continue with the schedule as normal. And then if any issues pop up with other COVID-19 outbreaks, they'll be dealt with on a case-by-case basis in terms of if more games are postponed. But gents, right now we can look forward to the festive schedule as we were planning to. And as I said, any more changes, we'll keep you updated with the latest on Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series, and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches, and much more.